Good evening, everybody. My name is Crystal Holloman, a digital reporter here because the Detroit Lions have won. They're moving on to the NFC Championship after a 31-23 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And head coach Dan Campbell is addressing the media right now following this win.
And offensively, we knew we had to be patient against that defense, and it paid dividends. Some up, and Gibbs breaks one there at the end. So those were pivotal for us, but we knew it was going to be that type of game, and it was, and that's playoff football. He's one of those that we drafted in the first year here, and he was a later bloomer guy. It took him a little bit, and then he really doesn't quite go the way you want it to, and he's able to bounce back in a big way. It doesn't affect him negatively. Man. He keeps going. That's where I feel the most growth, and it's why he's playing at a high level. That was what a.
Had time to reflect on it, but just man, to do what you ever do and capture this position.
Yeah, I got a lot of really, really outstanding people around me, and I'm fortunate. Everybody, without Brad Holmes, without Sheila, Rod, Chris Spillman, without Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, Dave Phipp. I mean, you don't.
This 3 years ago to be one win away from the Super Bowl, today.
I envisioned that we would have a chance to compete with the big boys, and that's where we're at. All you got to do is get in, and it's about placing yourself the very best position to where you can move. You get a home game, and then maybe you get a second home game, and now all of a sudden it gets a little easier if you're able to win 2 games. So that's you may have to win, and it's okay. A win's a win in the playoffs. We are, and now we get to go to San Francisco, and it is. But we're in a great position. We got a great opportunity.
Dan, can you at all share since you knew you were 15 minutes, just the zillion thoughts going through your head?
I'm exhausted. I didn't even play, so.
Initially, though, there was a lot of what did the Lions hire with this guy? Do you hear that, Dan, and what do you think?
You're probably one of them. To each his own. All right, and they love football. They play football, and that's what they respect. And they respect their teammates, and not anything else. And when you're able to, to care more about the person next to you than your own, about yourself, you can do some pretty special things, and that's where we're at with this group.
Dan, on one of your biggest gotta-have-it plays of the season, 4th and 1, you went to Craig Reynolds. That way, I say unexpected move, I guess, from the outside. Why Craig in that moment? And again, what did it mean for him to deliver?
Yeah, he was in that package. So, I mean, look, we got a lot of faith in Craig. Craig's a good downhill runner, and it was kind of what we had packaged for him. So it wasn't, it was just one of those things. It wasn't, I wouldn't read anything into it. It's just, if you're asking if we trust Craig, yes, we do trust Craig Reynolds, I mean, so heck of a run. It was well blocked, too. Those guys surged up front. It was just all the way around, really good.
I was going to say, you mentioned Craig how early he had to keep blocking that play. I don't know what he was fighting through, just to make the block that he did and to play through what he did today for you guys.
Frank's a stud. That's what he does, and he's willing to lay it on the line, and he's not if we talk about it all the time, but it's like, man, you know, you may not be 100%, but if you feel like you can produce, you can win at 80% of yourself, and that's what Frank does. You know, he believes he can, and he trusts himself.
Like that. Like it always seems like it's just waiting for one of those 60-yard drives and big 5 big passes.
Yeah, I think we know it's, you know, we know if we're not quite there, it's coming. It'll come, you know, and that dam will burst. We gotta continue to harp on the little things, clean up, you know, a few things here and there, and but it'll come. We always feel that way, and I think, you know, there's a lot of trust in that regard. I think Ben did a hell of a job calling the game, you know, and those guys held on, and you know, Goff fourth quarter, he really showed up there, you know, and made some big throws. And we knew we needed to throw the ball to move it today. That was, you know, we went out there to Tampa, and, you know, I've said this before, it was like swinging a sledgehammer against a steel door. I mean, we were just over and over and over, and so we knew we needed to loosen them up before we started to run it, and we did that.
And there were times teams
Last
say,
two, Brad, then Justin.
try to build our team like our city, and it could become an ugly cliche. 3 years into this thing, where do you stand now? How were you able to really embody a city that's been creating something like this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I quite understand the question.
Like everyone always talks about the grit and the
Yeah.
spirit of the city and trying to embody the blue-collar work ethic.
Well, I think it's important, right? I mean, you can't, I don't know if it's, you know, it's not the first thing you think of if you go to LA or just in general, right? You got the sun, you got the beach, you got plenty of other things going on. And here, man, it's harsh winters, right? Auto industry, blue collar, things aren't always easy. And I just think that's, you know, that's what we're about. And that was, you know, you want something the city can be proud of. Though you can look at those guys and say, man, I can back that guy. I can back that team. You know, I can resonate with those group of guys. You know, they're kind of salty. You know, they don't quit. They play hard. And so I feel like we've done that. And I think these guys, you know, they have a kinship with this city in this area. And they love it, man. And ultimately, that's what you want. Now, you know, a year from now, 2 years, we'll be getting booed maybe. That's a whole nother deal, though. But right now, life's good. And I'm glad we could deliver that.
Your guy can't finish, so is there an early update on Jonah and then what you thought of Yodi stepping in there?
Yeah, I thought Yodi stepped up. That was good to see. I mean, heck, we went right in there, and I think we had a 5-step drop first play out of the gate, and he just went in there and did really good. So he's just kind of grown. And, you know, last time we played Tampa, he was in there for us. So, but I thought he did some really good things. You know, Jonah and Brock, we'll see. Doesn't look real good for next week. But
for you to win, guys with no playoff experience whatsoever. Now they've got 2 games under their belt, and they've won it in pretty dramatic fashion, the first game and this game here. How much do you think that experience
handled pressure really well all year. And so you get through that when you get this one, and we've been able to just stay focused on the one in front of us, you know. And so it's not as big of a deal, I think, as people may. And we do that again. You keep it that simple, you know. If you start really honing in on everything that, you know, you've accomplished or what you've done or the magnitude of the game, well, that's where issues begin to arise. So we've been good.
All right, thank you guys. We're gonna have an off
All right.
now, Farm, and thank you.
Thanks, Evan.
Thanks, Dan.
Golf, right now, Farms,
feel like when Derek Barnes intercepted that ball and sealed the deal for your team?
I was actually mad at him because he didn't run the game. I called the game on first down and he didn't hear me, so he didn't run it. So I looked like an idiot. Now I was yelling at him, and the next play he catches the game winner. I'm like, he made up for it. We're good. We're good. So no, I'm so happy, man. He's one of those guys that just plugs away every day, and he deserves the world. And so I'm so happy for him, and there's not enough words to describe how happy I am for him and him having his moment. The biggest game so far throughout all of our careers. It's awesome.
What was this week like compared to last week?
It was different. It was different. Last year it felt like, it just felt a little foreign, that atmosphere, that vibe. It was different. I feel like getting one under our belt, getting a playoff game in 30 years from all the history of what we haven't been able to do in the past, and it was good to get over that hump. And we're getting over mountains right now. That's what we're doing. It's just one mountain after another. They said we couldn't win two mountains, and moving forward.
To the Niners next, what's your message to the city of Detroit?
Say it one more time.
To the Niners next, what's your message to the city of Detroit as they probably travel there?
We're all ready to go. Again, there's there can be a lot of history wrapped up in this, but I feel like, the guys we got on this team,
it's been nothing but heartbreak before this team, 30 years. I mean, you know all the stats, but you ever sit back just for a second and think about, wow, we're kind of the guys that have changed this thing around?
I'll sit back when this thing's all over with.
Thank you, man.
Try to get in here.
Keith, over here.
And that game, the Super Bowl, would be in Las Vegas. So it's, like I said, kind of hard to believe as someone who grew up in Michigan my entire life that we're even talking about the Lions in this position. But here we are. They're heading to the NFC Championship game next Sunday. Fred and Tim, back to you. Yep.
And AJ and Shaq, people who believed in me. It's amazing, and just to see all of it come alive. I still got a lot of work to do. I think I still believe I got a high ceiling, and I'm excited to reach that. But still develop, still learn from guys like Alex and Jeremy, and all those true veterans in the room. I'm excited. I'm excited for next week. So
you stressed the team aspect, and rightly so. But just going back to that singular moment of making the game-ending interception, is that the kind of stuff you dream about as a kid? Is it kind of one of those things that came to reality?
It's wild. And everybody's like, you want to see how legendary it is. I honestly didn't do it for that. I can care less about press I get after getting that. That was for my team. That's for the city of Detroit, because they deserve it. We fought our ass off, to get to where we are. A lot of people doubted us. A lot of people wasn't on the train. A lot of people hopped back on the train. But we, as an organization, as a football team, our inside our locker room, we know we are. We know we can do. So we're going to continue to go, continue to prepare for next week, and ready to go see San Fran.
How long do you allow yourself to enjoy this one?
Maybe we'll probably be off the air by the time we're done.
And just like that,
Did you not know we were stalking you? We gave you the courtesy to cut yourself. It's entertaining. Man, what can you say about the way that one ended with a little bit of defense?
Honestly, I love when it ends with defense. I don't know, because I play defense, we get to close it out.
To end it in that manner, knowing that you guys are now going to the NFC Championship game, what kind of motivation, energy does that give this team?
I mean, I feel like regardless of how we ended it, we was going to have momentum, but just to end it like that, I feel like it does give a little bit extra.
we talked Christmas Eve when you guys landed, and you mentioned like your perspective for some of the older guys like Taylor Decker who've been here. In the celebration after that game, what was a moment that stuck out to you or a favorite part?
Which game? No, it was huge. I feel like just the fans give us energy, momentum. It's when the team comes in here, it's hard. It's hard to win in here if you're an opposing team. It's just so loud, and it just gives us energy, especially on going into the game. To be aggressive. Coach AG told us that we were going to be aggressive, so we knew that there was going to be a lot of blitzes, and I mean he stuck to his word, and he called my number, so I'm just happy I got one.
When the secondary is able to cause havoc like that, what does it really mean for you guys just to be able to get out there and impact the game in so many ways?
They're just about off the air anyway.
Well, they're getting any of this back there?
Who knows?
Thanks, Taylor. Thanks
so much.
After he showers, Harry Decker is pulling it down.
Most people don't know.
I don't know where the mic went. That's crazy. Hello, hello. Yeah. I guess, no, we thought we had that thing is flashy.
The frustrating seasons were.
Yeah.
good.
This win means obviously getting to the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, it's big. You know, I don't know how long or when it's been done the last time here in Detroit, but I mean it's
ups and downs of the season. I think it's all been intentionally done by them.
A lot of the same guys still on this team, a lot of the same coaches. So you know, to look back and see, you know, where we started to where we are now, it's cool. It's cool to see. It's definitely, you know, you told me my rookie year you're going to be in the NFC Championship in 2 years. I don't know if I was believe you, but we're here now. It's right in front of us. We got a chance to do something special. We got to keep going.
A lot of X's on that list of yours, a lot of check marks. You know, passing those players by, like I said, after before.
Yeah, it's special definitely for the team to get this far in the playoffs. You know, in the NFC Championship against one of the best teams in this league against the Niners. Number one seed for a reason. So we want to celebrate today, but get back to
just do your job. What have you guys done really all season?
I think so. You know, we've been in some tough games all year. Some games that didn't go our way. So you know, we know what it looks like to lose. We felt it to be down and come back. To be down and you know end up losing again. We've seen it all this year. So just you know do your job. Keep the main thing. Don't look too far ahead. One game at a time. We've done that so far. We got to keep it going.
What started working so well in the second half of you guys throwing the football? Because it seemed like things were kind of slow to start, but then it kind of blew up in the second half.
Yeah, you know, I wish I knew the answer. We didn't change, didn't do anything special. Called the plays that we had up during the week in practice. Went out and executed. Jared was playing lights out. You know, finding a bunch of different targets throughout the whole game. We were trying to catch the ball and make plays after it. Jameer out the back with David. Shoot Brock right on that long one. So a bunch of guys stepped up, but that's what we do. You know, it's whoever gets the ball. That's the guy that has to make the play that time.
Does it feel like you're living history right now? Because so many people want to talk about the benchmarks that you guys have reached. Does it feel that way for you?
Honestly, no. It's I think it'll take time for me to sit back and really realize what we've done so far. But right now, I'm just in the moment. You know, I feel like when you're inside of it, we're on. I'm thinking about San Fran, and we're on the NFC Championship. We got to try to win that. But I know the outside is looking at it like we haven't done this in forever. But I'll probably after the season when things are said and done, look back and realize what we did.
To answer your question, 92 is the last time they got to the championship.
Protected me well and made it pretty easy for me.
Can you comment on the Jared Goff chant, which is apparently on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean to you, especially the second week around? Last week was going to be a thing with Matthew. Now it just seems to be a thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all experience again, and I kind of experienced it again today. So, yeah, those fans are special, near and dear to my heart, and for our whole team, and yeah, experiencing that is cool.
Along those lines, what does it mean for you just personally to get back to the championship game, Jared?
Yeah.
Have one game away from another Super Bowl chance.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. We joking after the game. Ironically, the last time a lot of us played in it was against each other. It was me, at the Rams against Dan with the Saints. Anzalone was there. Aaron Glenn was there. Yeah, so it's exciting, and not just for me, but for our whole team. And it's something that we've it's not. I don't want to say like this arrogantly, but we expected to win the first game. We expected to win this game, and now we get to go to a game we expected to be in against a really good team at their place. And we're going to come into it expecting to win. It'll be a tough game, but it'll be fun.
Jared, one thing Coach Campbell was asked about was how today's the 3-year anniversary of his introductory press conference. And I know that the job is not finished in your eyes, but 3 years later, for you guys to be in this position, when a lot of people have doubts about your head coach, about you, about this team,
Yeah.
how does this moment?
Oh man, it feels pretty good. Dan's the greatest leader I've been around, and has cultivated this culture we have, and our belief in each other pretty significantly. And yeah, you think about the dark times there early on in 2021, calling for his head, and it's pretty good to be able to sit up here and be able to play in the NFC Championship, and yeah, it feels good.
A couple more guys.
We're in Catholic. What would you say? Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. I went to that was my high school. So yeah, I guess maybe you're asking about going back to the Bay. I'm sorry I didn't hear your whole question, but
Since it kind of started all there for you, leading them to a sectional and
Yes, yeah, sorry. I got there in front of my friends and family and in front of a lot of my loved ones and playing a place I've played a bunch of times, and I know this team's really, really good, so it's going to be a challenge. But, yeah, it'll be fun for me personally to go back there, but it's about our team and getting the W.
One more on the Campbell introductory press conference. You obviously weren't thinking about being here. You know, weren't in the picture yet. As a guy that wasn't expected to be here, did you catch much of that? Was it a talk?
Know about it until I got here, but yeah. I did. I'll finish with this too, and I didn't get to say it, but I want to give a lot of credit to Aaron Glenn tonight. And I know you guys didn't ask me about our defense, but our defense played their tails off, and he deserves a ton of credit for what he's done these last handful of weeks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Is that it? Right? Yeah.
Okay, I believe there are no more players or coaches coming up to the podium for any post-game press conferences. So really quick, I want to show you, this is a great image from the NFL's Twitter of Aiden Hutchinson right after the game. This is, remember, Michigan, born and raised Aiden Hutchinson. This is how he reacted following the final play of the game. You can see he is just taking it all in. Such an incredible moment for somebody who grew up watching the Lions and now helping to lead them to what is essentially their best season in pretty much anybody's memory. Just taking it all in, the sights and sounds of Ford Field. You can see all the emotion right there on his face. We also do know that the Lions will be hosting an NFC Championship watch party next weekend at Ford Field. I'm going to pull up that information for you really, really quick. Just bear with me one If you have any questions too, don't forget we are still streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and you can ask them right there in the chat. But let me find this real quick. And of course, if you have any great moments from this game that you would like to share with us, let us know. But yes, the Lions are hosting a watch party on Sunday the 28th. Tickets go on sale shortly, but it's going to be at Ford Field. And I'm going to take a really quick look at the field for you right now. Still a few fans in there, but for right now, so I had to pull it up on my own Facebook page, but there will be a Lions party, watch party at Ford Field. A portion of the proceeds for the event will go to the Detroit Lions Foundation for youth and high school sports. There will be access to the 100 level concourse and reserved seating in the lower bowl to watch the Lions at the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Lions Supply retail store will be open. There will be power hour pricing, appearances and performances by the Detroit Lions cheerleaders and Rory, including the Detroit Lions drumline, Hallelujah Boom. And public on sale starts at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Their next game, it will be in San Francisco against the 49ers. The winner of that game will go on to the Super Bowl, and we will have all the coverage you need right here online, watching with us through all of this. Thank you to Benjamin for understanding there's a lot of signal issues. It happens when you're in some place like Ford Field with all of that signal interference, but worth it to bring you a Lions win. So with that, we're gonna take off for this Sunday. We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. I will be back here with Dan Rockwell with a look at your weather, and we will be talking more Lions win. Thanks for watching with us.